hazing was over after season 1.
Exactly. I will be known as number 3 for this table interview. You will be Ryan. You can address questions to Ryan or do 3.
So 3. What can you tell us about the upcoming season? There are a lot of mysteries to unveil.
There are a lot of mysteries, and I think one of the things that we felt like we might not have done enough of in season 1 was explain the world. So definitely there's going to be a lot more explaining of the world in season 2, and it's just a darker, more dystopic world by intention. You know, I think some people thought, well, this world doesn't seem too bad. It was intentionally not meant to be a traditional dystopic world in season 1. You know, the Proxy Snyder character is trying to manage things in a way that was, you know, kind of good for the population, and it didn't quite work out. So something different is going to happen in season 2, and that's exciting for us.
Yeah.
Can we expect more aliens this season?
There's going to be a lot more sci-fi this season in general. We wanted to really, I think that, and that goes with both spectacle and sort of, you know, thinking man sci-fi, which is, you know, the ideas about what this world is, why they came here, what they need, you know, all that stuff is going to be explored a lot more. We're really going to expand out the world and see, you know, the first season happened all inside the Los Angeles block. We're going to see outside of that world now to get a better sense of the world as a whole.
Time jump? We are definitely moving forward in time. That's such a non-answer. Let's just say we'll be moving around a little bit in time. How about that? That's a better answer. Still mysterious, but slightly more direct.
How many new characters might we see?
New characters?
Yeah, there's a bunch of new characters that we're introducing this year that we're really excited about. I mean, a bunch kind of get introduced right away in the occupation structure, and it's part of what Carlton was talking about. The world is becoming much more oppressive and dark, and to that end, they need to bring in people that are willing to dole out that kind of leadership, both on the law enforcement side and also the government side. So you're going to see these people that fit much more within the rubric of the Nazi allegory or the Soviet allegory that are eager to keep the people oppressed and keep the rule of law in the bloc.
Anybody who's taken away to the farm seems to be exposed to really serious chemicals that kill them. So, are we going to see some of like what's going on with that?
You know, I think in you know, one of the hallmarks of totalitarian society is that there's certain aspects that, ironically, are good. You know, transportation might run well. You might have a sense of certainty about the world that you live in. There's a sense of order and security, even if you don't have liberty or freedom.
The uniforms are really cool.
And the uniforms are cool. But this season, you know, as I said, that was the starting point, and the world is more dystopic this year, and Proxy Snyder is obviously out of power, so there's a new proxy. What type of guy that guy is something you guys will all get to see, and I think that just everything feels kind of ramped up this season, and in a really good way. We're in the middle of shooting the first couple of episodes of the show right now, and it's feeling really good.
Right now there are a lot of TV series with dystopian futures and post-apocalyptic futures. What do you think is the thing that drives the audience to be involved and interested in this? What will happen to the world?
I mean, we wanted to do it realistically. I mean, I think with a lot of these things, as Carlton was kind of getting out with season 1, you're used to, oh, it's a dystopic world, it's Blade Runner, or it's Walking Dead, where society has ended as a whole, or the environment has collapsed. This is just, we've been occupied by a foreign force, and otherwise, it's, life is pretty much as we know it. The sun still shines, the palm trees are still palm trees, and the city's very clean. So we wanted to show a grounded, realistic look at this, where the government has become very dystopic, but other than that, it's kind of life as we know it. And usually, tragedy when it comes. I mean, when the Nazis came into France, that's sort of the way it all works. Is that it's the 10% that changes that is so jarring and shocking to the people.
And almost every country in the world has been either a colony or a colonizer, and so I think the experience of humans subjugating other humans when given the opportunity is a fairly common one, and I think it resonates. And I think that we also we're living in kind of a perilous world, and I think that somehow as writers we end up expressing metaphorically things that are around us. Clearly, we're building our walls around our colony well before a certain presidential candidate announced his desire to build walls. But
we also had red hats first.
As a writer, you're very much a part of the world you live in, and the stories you tell are metaphoric, sometimes in ways you don't even realize, until you get downstream and kind of get to see a fuller expression of your own creative vision.
What would you say that people is more interested in knowing about tomorrow than changing the things that are affecting us as society today?
The best science fiction is always looking at ourselves through a prism, right? It's the candy wrapping around your medicine, so that we can explore these interesting thematic ideas without having to do a didactic show about history that Carlton and I would be interested in doing because we love World War II history, but I don't think the audience as a whole is much more interested in seeing a science fiction alien show. So in the tradition of like Philip K. Dick and Ridley Scott and James Cameron, all the things that really influenced us. This show is intended to take a whole bunch of issues that are present day themes and explore it in a way that you haven't seen before.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys.